state of Utah is trying to figure out how they're going to handle what some state officials are now calling a growing illegal immigration problem. Governor Gary Herbert hosted a roundtable discussion today with roughly 30 people from around the state trying to come up with the best way to go about immigration reform. Now, some say Utah needs to handle the problem at the state level. Others, though, disagree.
We need comprehensive reform. We expect the federal delegation in Utah to be able to participate in a positive way.
We should not be involved in immigration enforcement. In fact, it is a civil law, civil federal law, that is not a criminal law, that to put local law enforcement in that position weakens our position with our community members.
One of the more controversial ideas floated around during this discussion: should Utah adapt an illegal immigration enforcement law like ours? But one state lawmaker who was at that meeting says he plans to introduce similar legislation soon.
9 days before our tough new illegal immigration enforcement law is set to take effect, opposition groups say they are going to hit the streets to protest the new law. Organizers are calling it an act of civil disobedience, but they are insisting that the event will be nonviolent.
We anticipate that the law is going to go into effect. If it is indeed state, it's clear that the climate of hate that it has created and the anticipated proposed legislation by members of this legislature is going to continue this climate of hate.
Now, the groups plan to meet at a downtown church at 4:30 in the morning on July 29th and then march down to the state capitol for a pre-dawn candlelight vigil. The man who crafted SB 1070 is asking a federal court to uphold the new law before a judge issues a ruling on lawsuits brought by the federal government that could stop it from going into effect at the end of the month. In a motion filed by Judicial Watch on behalf of State Senator Russell Pearce, he argues that there is nothing in federal law that prohibits a city or state from enforcing existing federal law. Pearce and supporters of SB 1070 insist that it gives local and state authorities the tools they need to enforce federal immigration law.